Dear comrades, GIEAIA has given a one-day strike call. Tomorrow, 26th November 2020. We once again call upon all our employees to strike the work tomorrow to realize our demands as well as the Central Trade Union's demands. Central Trade Unions have placed the demand Rupees 7,500 has to be given to the employees who are not coming under the purview of taxing income tax. For their family, 7,500 to be given, and also 10 kilograms of wheat or rice has to be given to each and every family members of poor workers' family. During this pandemic, a lot of employees have lost their jobs. They could not earn their livelihood. So to help their family to avoid starving death, the demand is being made by Central Trade Unions. Mahatma Gandhi Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme. Under that, presently 100 days of work is being guaranteed. Now it is the demand of Central Trade Unions to increase it by 100%. That is 200 days of work has to be provided to them, not only in rural areas but also in urban areas. The central government has amended the Farm Acts. Farmers have revolted against it. In the name of helping the farmers, the central government has amended the agricultural acts, Farm Acts. What they give the reason for it, the farmers can take the produce from one area to another area without any restrictions. They need not pay any toll fee, everything. In fact, they will be gaining out of it. That's what they say. But if it is a gaining factor, why the farmers have to agitate? In Punjab, farmers have agitated, still agitating. Rail Roko has taken place. They have stopped all the trains. Now they are planning to come to Delhi to make their agitation programs in the Delhi streets by tomorrow and day after tomorrow. Now they are being not allowed by Haryana government. They blocked all the areas. Through them they could not able to, through Haryana they could not able to enter the Delhi. When it is really helpful to the farmers, why they have to oppose it? Because it is not at all helpful. It makes the farmers to subservient to the corporates. Even while sowing the seeds, there will be an agreement. It shall be entered into by the corporates with the farmers. If finally, based on the agreement, the produce could not able to produced in the farmlands, it will be rejected by the corporates. Finally, where these farmers will go? Definitely they have to come only to the streets. This is the reason why they are opposing it. And not only that, comrade, when this Farm Acts are so beneficial, why the NDA ally from the beginning, Shiromani Akali Dal, its representative, she was called, she was the minister in the central government. She resigned her position. Why? When it is really helpful to the farmers, why she has to resign? There is a very great disappointment, agitation amongst the farmers, and there is a demand by Central Trade Union to withdraw these Farm Acts in the interest of all, and also to help the farmers. Not only that, this government totally now till date they have not even operated the goods trains, though the farmers have withdrawn their rail roco. In spite of that, till date the railway is not ready, refusing to operate the goods trains. Because of this, lot of industries are suffering in Punjab. They could not able to get their raw materials in time. Not only that, this is the time for sowing the seeds by the farmers in Punjab area. They could not able to get the seeds. They could not able to get the urea. Everything in shortage. So really, if the government wants to help the farmers, why they are not now starting the operation of goods trains at least? They don't want to do that. So what this government says, whatever we are doing, either we accept or we will not extend you any benefit. Like that the government is doing it. That is why the agitation is going on. That is why the central trade unions have given the demand that it has to be withdrawn immediately. Then Essential Commodities Act 1955 has been recently amended by the NDA government. They have brought out from the protection list the onions, potatoes, oilseeds, everything. Already rice and wheats have been taken out long back. We have immediately witnessed what is the effect of this. The onion prices has soared up like anything up to 100 rupees more. Since this act gives the provision, the traders can hold any amount or any amount of any time kilograms, any tonnage of potatoes or onions. The chances for increasing the prices, artificially creating the demand, artificially creating the shortage of the onions and potatoes, they will try to increase the prices. That is the demand. They will make the supply scarcity, demand will be more, the prices will go up. So earlier there was a protection for that. There is a maximum limit which can be stored in the storages, and beyond that, if anybody stored it, definitely the authorities can go and take it back and give it to the public. Now it is not available. Any tonnage they could able to store it. Because of that, the prices will soar up like anything, and immediately because of this amendment, the Indian citizens have witnessed there is a high price rise on onions. So there is a demand that Essential Commodity Acts, whatever they have taken out, that has to be taken back to its earlier position. Then comrade, there are labor laws. 44 labor laws were there. Now they have made it to 4 codes. By doing so, what they have done is, whatever the hard-earned benefits so far we were enjoying, that have taken out. Say in a factory where there is a less than 300 employees, that factory can be locked down at any time without giving any notice, without taking permission from the labor machinery. Now the new provision gives way for that. Because of that, what happens in India, more than 80 to 95% of the small industries or even the medium industries are having only lesser than 300 employees. So there is every chance to close it at any time without giving any notice to the workers. And contractual labor they have introduced, fixed term employment system they have introduced, and also the contractors need not take any license with the authorities concerned up to the numbers which they are engaging. If it is less than 50, if they are having their employees in the contractual firm is having the employees less than 50, they need not take any license. So with these contractors, even any factory can run. They can engage more than, if they require 500 people, workers, means they can engage nearly about 11 contractors, and with them they can run the factory without keeping anybody as a permanent employee. So that means it takes away the permanent employment in any factory. So this slowly it will come up to all public sector, to us also, in public sector institutions also. We have already witnessed National is the one company which is already engaged on contractual basis. The employees, 200 employees, they have recently observed them, or recently they have engaged the 200 employees in the name of accounts apprentices, accounts assistants, and because of that it totally blocked the permanent employment. Class 4 already we have seen, all the class 4 employees, whoever retires there, they are not recruiting any class 4 employees, they are going for outsourcing. So the government now have brought in this new labor laws in the name of codes, giving way for all these things. Total contractualization, permanent employment will not be there. Finally, all the benefits which are being earned as a permanent employee will not be given to anybody. This is the thing. So against this government act, the central trade unions have given a demand that it has to be withdrawn. Recently, Labour Ministry proposes to increase the number of working hours per day from 8 to 12 hours. Normally, to get 8 hours, it was a very big battle. It has been done by our earlier leaders. We could able to get it. Now they want to make it as 12 hours. Already unofficially, though it is 8 hours, 10 hours up to that, employees are being squeezed to work in the factories. Now if it is officially going to be 12 hours, then how much hours they have to work, everybody should understand. So once it comes officially by way of act, naturally it will come, it can be implemented even in public sector institutions. So this strike, it's not only for private institution but also for public sector institutions, because all the provisions which are in this labor codes shall be implemented in our public sector institutions also. So this is the duty of our employees, to strike the work, to register our protest strongly by way of striking the work tomorrow, comrades. Then it also pay way for trade unions. They want to see that no trade union is operating in any industry. The new provision is minimum 10% of the employees, or maximum or 100, whichever is less, has to give their consent to register the trade union. Earlier it was only minimum 7. Why they have to change it? To help the corporates to see that there is no trade union functions in their industry. Permanent employees should be there. That is more important. So for them also they are giving a way to engage contractual employees. So not only that, there is one more provision they are bringing in. Any one of the member of the trade union, if they lodge a complaint that this union is not being properly run with the state or central tribunals, definitely it will totally hamper the functions of the trade union. So this is how they want to finish the trade union, and also want to finish the permanent employment in the industry. So this is against this we are going to strike the work tomorrow. And there is a call for to stop privatizing the public sector banks, public sector LIC, public sector general insurance industry, all other public sector undertakings. By way of privatizing or by way of disinvesting the shares of LIC, banks, and also general insurance industry, public sector general insurance industry, there is every possibility that the totally in the days to come it will be totally privatized. Once it gets privatized, there will not be any benefits which we are now enjoying today. Definitely we may not get, that will be definitely taken away by us, by the management from us. There is every possibility. So unless otherwise this is the right time to fight against all these things, we join hands with central trade unions. It may not be in the future to restore the benefits which are hard earned. Now the central government is also planned to hand over this banking operations to big corporates. license can be given. The internal committee in RBI, they have recommended for even permitting or giving license to the big corporates to get the license for banking operations. It is the history that banking industry, LIC, GIC, everything were once upon a time were only in the hands of big corporates. They have misused the funds. They have siphoned off the funds. They will pay the claims only wherever for them it is to be payable, not for the public. They will get the money from the public. They will everything utilize it for their own purpose, their own suppliers, their own customers. They will try to utilize it. Finally, by seeing all these things, that's a black marketing was there at that time. So to come out of everything, only the banking industry, the life insurance, the general insurance were nationalized. Now they want to take it back to the olden days, that they want to make it is privatize this industry and totally corporate run industry they want to make it. So once it goes to the private hands, definitely it is not going to be helpful to anybody. They will amass wealth. Already they have done it. By way of this also they are going to definitely do that. And then new pension scheme they have introduced, that has to be scrapped. That is also another demand, that all the employees who have been recruited in other companies from 1/1/2004 and also from in public sector general insurance company from 1/4/2010, they are covered by new pension scheme. The new pension scheme, everybody knows that fixed contribution, defined contribution is there, whereas the return on that as a pension, nobody knows how much they will get. Not only that, presently the government has already amended or brought in a new provision under NPS. The management contribution will be enhanced from 10 to 14% while keeping the 10% of employees contribution at the same rate. That also to be given in our public sector general insurance company. So to get that benefit to our employees of new recruits. And also our wage revision is long pending. Since 1/8/2017 we are yet to be paid arrears of wages, and there is only one round of wage revision talks has taken place in the month of April 2019, and after that no discussion has taken place, and we are fighting for that also. And to get good wage revision, yes, we have to fight against this government. Even today they are not giving clearance to the GIEAIA officials to call us for discussion for wage revision, whereas in banking industry it is already completed. In LIC it has been already offered 15%, whereas we are not being given with any mandate to be called by the management. So we are demanding the central government to give wage arrears to us immediately. We have to strike the work tomorrow, and I am hopeful all of us will join our hands with show our anger against this government, against all these things. Definitely then only we could be able to get the benefits. Not only that, in the recent last month they have shifted the base year for calculating dearness allowance consumer price index. That base year they have changed from 2001 to 2016 with linking factor 2.88. See, during this period of nearly about 16 years period, they have the number of points has increased many folds. In spite of that, they are bringing this linking factor only as 2.88, whereas in earlier periods, first in the year 1960 the base year was 100, then it has been changed from 1960 to 1982, again from 1980 to 2001, now 2001 to 2016. In earlier periods, when they have changed the base year, earlier it was first from 19 1960 to 1982, when they changed it, the linking factor was given as 4.93, and then from 1982 to 2001, the linking factor for 4.63. Now it is 2.88. Without any scientific basis, the linking factor has been fixed. Because of that, what happens? Definitely the rate which we are going to get, or the consumer price index based on which our DA is being calculated, the number of slabs, number of points calculation will be very much less, and because of that we are going to lose much. Not only us, entire working class in the country is going to lose the much on that. Not only that, any wage revision, DA is being merged with old basic and to arrive at the new basic salary. So not only the existing DA value, but also in the future we are going to lose our increase in basic salary. So everything depends upon scientifically fixing the linking factor. So demanding the government to scrap the present one which they have brought in as 2.8 as a linking factor, which is unscientific. All the central trade unions have given a call or make a demand with the central government to calculate scientifically and call them for discussion on the issue. So we are also for that demand, insisting upon that. Also tomorrow we are going to, and we appeal to every one of you to strike the work tomorrow and show your anger against this government's all anti-employees activities, anti-labor activities, and which is not at all in the interest of the employees but only in the interest of big corporates. We let us join hands with central trade unions, strike the work tomorrow, and see that our all these government's decisions are being reversed. Let us make tomorrow, the 26th November strike, a grand success.